to LeonCo and welcome to your weekly financial news. Welcome to LeonCo and welcome to your weekly financial news, and on this week's video, we'll be discussing how the ball is in the federal government's court. Yes, why is this? Because in just about 8 days of time, 1 week, there is going to be a shift in the economy of the United States. And how is this? Well, the CARES Act is going to run out. For some people, it's this week that it's going to run out, but for most of us, it's going to be on July 31st. And why is the ball on their court? Because the federal government has the power to decide if they want to provide another set of stimulus to the people in the United States and to the companies, the small businesses that run and keep the economy flowing. You've noticed that in these couple of days, maybe even last week, the Republicans and the Democrats have been having their discussion on what the next stimulus should be, how much money should we spend on this stimulus. Is it $1 trillion, $2.5 trillion, even up to $3 trillion? But the main fact still remains is that they have not yet decided what are they going to do. While Democrats have this wonderful idea that they want to push in this stimulus package, the Republicans are not in the same page. They are not in accord with what the Democrats want. When the president wants something, the Republicans want another thing. So we are living in this misdirection of not knowing what our government is going to do, and this is going to affect the everyday people in the United States, because the longer it takes to decide if we are going to continue stimulating the economy and trying to put money in people's pockets, the more and more people are going to suffer. And why is this so intriguing for this end of July? Is because ever since this global problem started, specifically in the United States, people have had the government's help. There has not been a day when people have not had help for them to pay their bills, to pay their rent, to spend on all the expenses that they normally have. But after July 31st, if the government does not decide to pass the next stimulus, if they want to wait until August, or they just want to see what happens, people are going to face this global problem without help. Millions of people are unemployed. Millions of people are already struggling to keep themselves afloat in this economy. And if the government decides to push back on the idea of giving another stimulus, if they want to wait until August, maybe 2-3 weeks from July 31st, those 2 or 3 weeks are going to be crucial for what happens in the economy. Even though the stock market has been going up in the sky, completely disregarding what is happening in the economy and what is happening to the normal everyday people, Q2 earnings are starting to flourish, and tech companies are, not surprisingly, doing very well. Tesla's doing very well. Microsoft is doing very well. Lots of tech companies are doing great, but the everyday companies that people used to use, the traveling companies, all of those companies are struggling, and that is the real sign of what's happening in the economy. So this is a turning point on what is going to happen in the United States, and it's in the hands of the federal government. The quicker they decide that what are they going to do, what is the step to take forward, the quicker the economy can bounce back and start building up that wheel to normality. If they stagger, if they want to wait, If they decide that maybe we should take 2 to 3 weeks off and clear our minds so that we can have a better discussion, those 2 to 3 weeks can result in lots and lots of losses for the people, not just for the people, but for the economy and for the stock market. So this has been your weekly financial news. Stay safe, stay healthy, and always remember to have that king mentality.